as Wiltor makes a run ahead of it. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp! That's magnificent! The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello, dear listeners and viewers, and some people doing nothing other than in a queue outside Lyon FC going, "Oh, geez, can I have an Ainsley Maitland-Niles top, please, senor?" And having to say it louder and louder each time because they don't know what the hell you're on about. But if you want to know someone who does know what he's on about, if you want help ordering, he's fluent in French. It's the Pirate Carpenter, Ahar Captain.
Bonjour, au revoir, mesdames, messieurs. How are we?
That's exactly it. I was asking if you're late because you were getting dressed. Obviously not. And then I asked you, were you buying an Ainsley Maitland-Niles t-shirt? And you obviously weren't. So what was your excuse?
My computer needed a restart because I don't use it as often as I should. So I had to inhale my dinner whilst frantically fiddling with Microsoft's buttons. So
what did you have for dinner? Stuff with the yellow stickers on. You had Yorkshire pudding, custard, and a nice lolly.
I actually have custard later on. I have an apple crumble and custard for after this. That's my treat. But I had no. They were grilled chicken pieces with mashed potatoes. Very nice. Bit of salad cream. Pucker.
Salad cream is the king of sauces. I'll have no one say anything against it. I'm not having it.
I agree. Mayonnaise is so mid. Salad cream clear by a mile. Like if you are just saying, but if you eat mayonnaise, you're probably on some sort of register. So
yeah, well you should be.
Out there. Yeah.
Yes. So
anyway.
How have you been then? Because you've been absent for a few weeks. You tend to crawl in your hole and only stick your head out when the weather's better. And the weather's better, so you're here.
Well, the weather. I mean, it's getting dark a bit faster than I'd like it to be, and I feel like we haven't had a summer yet. So, I mean, we had a good June, then we had a bloody awful July. So I'm kind of hoping that we have a mid to better August and then a fantastic September. That'd be nice. But I'm all right. Obviously, I'm delighted at yesterday. I very much enjoyed poking the trolls on X, as we must now call it.
That's unlike you.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just been fun, hasn't it? Like, you know, the celebration police are very much out in force, which, you know, cry more, basically. It's hilarious to see how triggered some people are. And obviously, if anybody does find the Norwegian meat stick that has gone into hiding for the last 5 months, then
1 goal in 10.
Yeah, he's finished.
Done.
He's absolutely finished.
Maybe I should do a podcast just of why Haaland is done.
Don't put him in your fantasy team. I'm actually not doing fantasy this year, Danny. It's the first time. I can't be bothered. Like, even when I win, nobody pays me what they owe me. So
I do one and then I leave it for the rest of the season, by which time all the players have left the league.
Well, there you go. And you've got to deal with people like Ellis who put Spurs players in their team. Like, I can't be dealing with that anymore. I'm 40. I'm not 14, you know?
Horrid little child.
Mm-hmm.
That boy needs to get right in the bin.
He does. Speaking of in the bin, let's do some predictions.
Yes, let's do some predictions. No need for much of a chit chat because he will be on during the season. And where are we? Podcast predicciones is. Now look, we can put this down at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, I mean, the less of me, the better. To be fair.
I've never thought I'd see the future, but the future is here. So who are you going to go to win the Premier League title? Remember, you are the captain of the hipsters. So are you going to go Liverpool, West Ham, Charlton Athletic? What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for 115 Charges FC. And I'd like you to write that, please. Because they are not, they're not actually a club. They're an entity. They are a creation. And they are fraudulent. But unfortunately, they will win this league, I'm afraid.
Oh, dude. Will they ever have any of them taken off of them? That's what we need to know.
Probably not, but we all know that they're guilty of all of them, and that's why they're not a club. So, yeah. Although I did notice yesterday, Pep seems to have had a good summer, if you know what I mean. He's put on a few pounds, hasn't he? Bless him.
Chunky Pep.
Chunky Pep. Yeah, he's got no hair and he's getting a chunky monkey. So.
That's how I started, and it is a rocky downhill road. I'm just looking to see if I can find the thing for our fantasy. Oh, there we go, fantasy football. Just so I can remember to see if they're going to reactivate the league. Of course, it's remembered. None of my passwords. Absolute shite hawk. So, what have you got for second place? Is it the Mighty Reds? I mean, where are Arsenal going to finish second? I mean,
I'm going to upset some people here.
Fuck off.
I think we're going to finish third this year.
No, you're not the only one. I've had quite a few thirds. Why?
I mean, part of me is doing a little bit of the old reverse psychology, but I've just got a horrible feeling that one of the three, who we won't need to name, I just feel like one of the three might have a fortunate season and pip us. But I hope I'm wrong. Obviously, I don't want this to happen, but I think we will finish third.
Paul says the last time Man City were actually a club, they were in the third division, and Paul Dickoff was their saviour.
Well, I was just going to say, isn't it ironic that without a former Arsenal player, they wouldn't be a club right now? Isn't that ironic?
It is.
I always throw that one back at these Plastic City fans, and they never quite know how to respond. Bless them.
Well, most of them have no idea, do they? I was talking to a Sheffield United fan in America, in North Kakalaki, and I said, yeah, you should look out for another ex-Arsenal player who played for you, Brian Marwood. I might as well have been speaking Chinese to the poor lad. He had no idea who Brian Marwood was.
And look how many Arsenal players left to go to Man City when they were rebuilding as well. So many of them. They took half our squad, didn't they? Bless them.
Phil McManaman says, so who will finish second? No one. Man City going to take. They're going to the Qatar FC.
I've got a feeling Liverpool might come back this year.
No, they can't rebuild that midfield that quickly.
I don't know. They might not need him. Their attack is so good. I'm not sure they're going to need. That midfield is good enough with Alexis McAllister and who's the other one they brought in? Soboslai is a very underrated signing if he clicks. And then don't forget last year they didn't have a fit Luis Diaz most of the season, a fit Diogo Jota most of the season. Salah obviously is good for at least 12 penalties via dives a season. So, yeah, they've lost Firmino, but they've probably upgraded. And I think Nunes might have a decent season this year. So, yeah, I don't know. And I really hope that Chelsea crash and burn and Poch walks before November. But that squad that they've got potentially could do something. And Man United, I mean, you just never know, do you? Like, on paper... there's nothing to be scared of, but they've got a few players that on their day, if Rashford has a good season, if I really like Højlund, I hate admitting that, but I do like him. I think when he gets going, he might be quite a signing. So, yeah, that's my feeling on it. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm massively wrong.
We'll hope you're wrong. Arsenal's top goal scorer, all competitions.
This is a tough one for me. I think I'm going to go Gabriel Jesus.
Yes,
because I feel like he needs a season this year, and obviously fitness according. But all competitions, I fancy him to do well in the Champions League. His style is perfectly set up for that competition, depending on who we draw in the group, obviously. But yeah, I think there's a lot of this. Is he a natural goal scorer stuff floating around again? And I fancy him to prove a few people wrong.
I had Corey Austin in the chat earlier.
Oh, Corey, good stuff. Yes. Good man.
Didn't know
I haven't spoken to Corey for a while already, since the Pirates kind of set sail for Bermuda Triangle, never to return. I haven't spoken to Corey for a while. I must reach out to him.
And our very own Femster was in the chat saying Liverpool up front is scary. Hopefully, scary bad. Me,
Fem, and Carl are the pessimists of ABW. I like to think we're all kind of roughly on the same page of being a bit. There's a good God, look at that. That's a mouth that knows what it's doing. We're not negative. I just think we're slightly pessimistic and maybe a bit realistic. But
let's see where your pessimism takes you now. Where's Spurs going to finish? Second?
18th. No. Head, heart, 6th.
6th?
Mm-hmm.
Does that include the Harry Kane tax?
Yeah, I 6th. Again, I can't just troll the whole way through this, can I? They've got enough to.
Look who's in the chat.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Jeff, the legend that is.
I'm wearing Skechers at the moment. I'll have Mr. Holland Flondon.
Yeah, there is some talk actually. He's trying out some new boots. The rumor has it that they're the first ever boots made by either Skechers or Castor, apparently. So yeah,
Football boots made by Skechers.
Yeah, Skechers or Castor are the two links.
I've got 2 pairs of Skechers. They are the most comfortable shoes I've ever had, and they are wonderfully stylish. They are bright blue with orange laces. Have you seen them?
I think I have. I think you have put a picture of you wearing. Oh, I think you've been out and about in them, haven't you?
I have.
And you've never worn the Invincible 3s by Nike, then, have you? You certainly never run in them, as I have. They're
my running days are long. I think I might actually be wearing them in this. That was them taking Alan for a walk. Down, boy.
And this is now.
Yeah, so I didn't even know Skechers made football boots. Are they new to it?
Yeah, it's their. Well, if it happens, there's no confirmation. There's a few rumors around it, but yeah, they're rumored to be entering the market. I don't think they'll last, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah, we've missed out on Kudus. Apparently, he's going to Brighton. Is that
no loss?
No,
he's good, but he's not Arsenal quality for me. Brighton's his level.
Who is going to win the FA Cup?
So this one, I'm going to be a bit controversial here.
Oh.
Aston Villa.
Well, you're not the only one. Who else has picked Aston Villa? No one. You're the only one.
I think somebody's put them in the league. Somebody above me's put them in the League Cup.
Oh, I put them for the League Cup.
Yeah,
I put Newcastle for the FA Cup.
Unai loves a cup.
Does.
So, yeah. Oh, it's been broken. Oh, well, there you go. Skechers. Oh, dear. I want him to trot out in a pair of, slippers.
That's it. It'll be comfy.
Yeah, well, I mean, he'll need that comfort if he's on a long flight to Germany, won't he? So, but yes, Unai for the win. And I have a feeling Villa might do all right this year. League Cup, though.
Yeah, what are you going for there?
Man United.
Oh, yeah. Until someone did it, I forgot they were in both cup finals last year.
Yeah.
And they won 50% of them.
And they've got a history of winning, their newer managers winning the League Cup, haven't they? So, yeah, I have a suspicion they will win that and celebrate it like it's the Champions League. So, yeah.
Talking of Champions League, I've got Arsenal to win it. Am I off my trolley?
And you're a fucking idiot.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh, do I press the controversial button again here?
Don't fucking say PSG.
No. I knew that's what you were going to think I was going to say, but no, they're going to struggle.
Now they've got Mainsley.
They're going to struggle to win it. Leon aren't even in Europe this year, so that's not going to happen.
Oh. What? Lacazette scored about 100 goals last season.
Yeah, they finished in 7th. They're outside the European places, sadly.
Oh, did that happen on the last day of the season?
They had to win by, I think it was 10 clear goals on the end of the season, and they didn't. So
I know Lacazette's good, but
sad times. Champions League.
While you're thinking about that, Boy 10 says, "Do we win anything? Is it another trophyless season?" I mean, we've won the quadruple already.
Well, see, actually, I think we might, but I've got a feeling we might drop out of the Champions League and win the Europa League. So, does that? Because it's the one thing Arteta hasn't done much in Europe, as he like. I wouldn't. I as much as I'm pleased that we're back in the Champions League, I think people have to rein it in a little bit in terms of how far we could go. Now,
all the European teams are shit.
Yeah, but you say that. I would say there's at least 8, maybe 10 teams who are better than us in Europe right now because of the experience they have in Europe.
No, absolutely
really?
not.
Well, okay. Well, you tell me who do you?
There is none in Italy.
Okay, I'm gonna list you. I'm gonna list 8 teams.
Yeah,
that I think are better than us in the Champions League right now. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Real Madrid.
Yes.
Manchester City. 115
yes.
charges FC. God, I've forgotten teams. Bayern Munich.
Yes, that's 3, and that's about it.
Liverpool.
Oh, fuck off.
Well, actually, they're not in it this year, are they?
No.
Okay, well,
they're in the Europa League. Thank fuck.
I have to discount them then. Did Barcelona get in this year? They did, didn't they?
Yeah, second.
Yeah, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid.
Rubbish.
Would I put PSG in there or would I not?
For the lols, you never know what Neymar might turn up.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to put PSG in there because they're just a basket case. And then in Italy, I would put both Inter and AC above us right now.
Well, with their average age of 60 front line.
I'll explain my reason, my rationale behind this in a minute. And I need one more team, don't I? I would put. Hang on, what are the major leagues? Spain, Italy, France. Dortmund is a tough one.
As a Dortmund fan, no, they're not.
Okay, I'll put them in. The reason I'm saying this, I'm not saying they're better than Arsenal. I'm not saying they got better players, blah blah blah. I'm saying they've all been in the Champions League on a regular basis for the last 10 years. We have not. People are forgetting. How many years has it been, Danny? You've got the stats. 8 years, is it?
What, since we're in?
Yeah.
6.
5 or 6? 6 years. 5 seasons, 6 seasons. Let's just be realistic. Again, people in the chat losing their minds. I'm not saying there are better teams than us, clubs, all that. I'm just saying on experience alone, they all have it over us. And we couldn't beat Sporting at home in the Europa Cup last year.
But we didn't lose. It was on penalties. It was a draw both games.
Well, then technically we didn't win yesterday, so you can't have it both ways.
Oh, we did win yesterday. So we got a trophy.
Well, there you go then. I'm not saying we were. I'd be delighted if we made quarterfinals of the Champions League. It'd be brilliant. It all depends on the draw. But I'm just saying that if we.
Jeff says, I can't watch anymore. I have to take a bath with my toaster. Jeff,
that's fair enough.
Just ring him up, Jeff. Ring him up now and boo him down the phone and then put the phone down.
But we have to be realistic. That's all I'm saying. With all of that said, Atletico Madrid, Champions League.
Absolutely not. Well, first of all, that's not 8 teams. You got that down to about...
I literally counted them off.
Yeah, like you can count.
What?
So you got Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Man City, and Bayern Munich, and possibly Dortmund. That's
Barcelona.
6.
Barcelona.
I've included Barcelona. That's 6, of which most of that is nonsense.
No, I'm into AC.
No, both of those are rubbish.
Real, Atletico,
They're
Bayern,
joke clubs at the
Man
moment.
City. Well, there's 8 straight away, so that kills your argument, doesn't it?
No, absolutely not. And, Bayern are about our level at the moment.
No, come on. No,
what have they got? Who's going to score their goals?
The only thing Bayern don't have is an out-and-out centre forward, which, by the way, we technically don't either. So, come on. Like, again, you know what it's like, Danny. When that draw comes out, whenever that is in a couple of weeks, and we've got Bayern Munich in our group, which you know is going to happen because it always happens, we're all going to go, oh, fucking hell. Like,
we're going to smash them.
And as I say, I'm not knocking Mikel. He's done a wonderful job. We all know this, but his record in Europe has to be scrutinised. And until we're actually playing in it, we've and even under Arsene, barring that the year we should have won the Champions League in Paris and the Wayne Bridge year, which we don't speak of ever again, we didn't have a very good run in the Champions League even under Arsene, did we? So,
well, there's 2 teams I'd be worried about in the Champions League. Man City and Real Madrid and the Bayern Munich at a push, and that is it.
I mean, if Real Madrid get Kylian, then that's it for everything. They win everything. By the way, I'm just going to put that out there now.
Not if he comes up against big Willy Saliba, it will own him.
I mean, Billy Saliba's owned him once before for Marseille. It should be stressed, but we're recording this on the 7th of August for reference. So at time of recording, he's still a PSG player, allegedly. But if Real Madrid get in this summer, then that's it. Game over. Because with that midfield and that forward, I mean, imagine that forward line. Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. either side of Mbappe. Jesus Christ. Bellingham firing from deep wall, my lord. Yeah, it's over.
So who are you picking for the Champions League, did you say?
Atletico Madrid. Just a hunch. Simeone, he's got to get it right one year.
I thought he was leaving this year.
So did I, but he seems to be back in the good books. They had a good run at the end of the season.
Atletico. So top goal scorer from the Premier League, all competitions.
Darwin Núñez.
Oh, Jesus. Can we just send a sample of whatever you've been drinking? I'm going to take it to USADA or whatever it is,
Pepsi,
the UFC
Pepsi
people.
It's Pepsi Lime.
Oh, I've nearly threw all that away. It's fucking horrible.
I like it.
It'd
be boring if I just sat here and said, "Oh, Haaland." I'm just going to go.
Nunez.
Yeah, Núñez. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
and I will put it on record now that Højlund will get 15 or more this season. By the way,
15.
Mm-hmm.
Why
He's 20
15?
years old. I'm not going to say he's going to get 40 a season, but I think he'll get more than 15 league goals for Man United.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, Núñez, they'll be playing in the Europa League, and so Liverpool will be smashing teams all the way to the final 10-0.
Again, you have to take that into consideration. So, but I think second season, I think he'll do all right. And we're not going to mention him too much, but Christopher Nkunku at Chelsea will do rather well as well. Sadly, I fear.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Mike McDonald, the blogger, said Nkunku.
I don't think he'll be a top scorer, but I think he'll be one of the top assisters because he's not really a striker. He's more of a centre forward. But he will be he'll be good this year. Sadly.
So Boy 10 says, do we win the Europa League? I think we are better than a lot of these teams. Doesn't mean we're winning the Champions League, but I can see us not getting out of the groups. I'll behave yourself, man.
I mean,
he's
finals. I know he's notoriously a pessimist, but no, he's got a point. Again, like we're recording on the 7th of August. We don't know who we're going to draw. And I think we're seeded to a degree that we can't get any of. I think we can get only one of the big guns. I think I'm right in saying that. So we all know that's going to be Bayern Munich. So if we assume it's Bayern, but you only have to draw, I don't know, FC Plastic Bag from Azerbaijan in the middle of the depths of winter, and that's tricky. And then you only have to draw someone like a Lens, for example, in France, a team that, okay, some of their best players have left, but they're well organised. It's a raucous atmosphere. It's a tight, compact ground. You don't want those sort of draws. What you want is a draw like Spurs get every time that they get in the Champions. Oh wait, they're not in the Champions League, are they? When they're in Europe, no, they're not even in Europe, are they? Shame.
Are they in the Europa Conference League?
I think they might be. Spurs Day's back. Spurs Day.
That's a bit of a drop down for such a mighty club.
But that was it. Last season they had Marseille, Sporting, and there was another team. It wasn't Ajax, was it? They had three very. Is it RB Leipzig? I think it was Leipzig actually, but they were three clubs that Arsenal in that group. You'd say, yeah, we'll walk it. But yeah, it just depends on the draw. If we get one of the big guns, fine. On our night under the lights, etc., we can beat anyone at home. But also, it just depends on those other two teams we play. But am I right in saying if we get through the group stage, we can't drop into the Europa League after that, can we? It's only the first.
No idea.
I think it's only the teams that finish third in the group. So if we did drop out of the group stage, then I think we can win the Europa League. And although I've picked Villa and League Cup, I wouldn't put us down for because I just don't think we care. I could see us winning the FA Cup, to be fair, but I just think Villa are a good shout.
I've just checked, and Spurs aren't even in the Europa Conference League.
What a shame. So by the letter of the law, what happened to us last year, then they should win the quadruple because they've got no European football to focus on. So look forward to that, Spurs fans.
Yes, people are just saying, just wait till we have those long European trips to Saudi.
I did chuckle last night when Jeff was saying that he thinks El Nasser will win the Champions League. As I wouldn't be surprised if they buy their way into that.
Avon says, no, they have ended Europa League spots for Champions League clubs.
Oh, okay. What, full stop, Avon? Like, as in even third place doesn't drop in? That's interesting. If so, that is interesting.
Let's have a little look here at this season. And I think they may have stopped here.
And if that is the case, then yes, there is every chance we could go trophyless. But again, you have to be realistic in as much as I hate them. 115 charges FC are no joke. I find them as boring as anything to watch. And I personally, I don't find them impressive. I was talking to Jeff about this yesterday. I think I'm on an island, but nothing about them impresses me. I don't think they're this. People say they're one of the best teams ever. I just don't see it. I just don't. I just think they're methodical. They're boring. They grind you down. But I don't think they're anywhere near the United treble side. I don't think they're anywhere near our invincible side of the day. I don't think they're anywhere near like the great AC Milan teams, the Real Madrid teams. I just don't. I think they're miles off that. So, but in our league, they are clear of all of us because of the resources they've got. So, you know,
there you go. Lovely.
it is what it is.
Who's going to win the championship?
This is a tough one, you know.
Boys.
It's my computer. It's my
it's
my stick going in and out for some reason.
Saucy.
Hey. But it's really difficult. I want to say Argyle just because, you know, Argyle, but realistically, I mean, Leeds and Leicester stand out purely because of their resources. Southampton stand out because I love Ross. Thank you, Rudy. I'm going to say Watford.
You're not the first to say that.
Am I not? I can't see anywhere. Oh, yeah, somebody else said it.
That
Deacon.
was Deek said that.
Yeah, I don't know why. They're such a weird, like...
Top of the league.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's one game. But they're just such a... They're just one of those teams, aren't they? Like, every few years, they get it right. And then they just sell all their players and they have another 4 managers a season and it all goes horribly wrong. But I don't know why. I look at their squad, I look at some of their players and I think, yeah, something there. But it's a very watchable league this year, the Championship. I'm going to be watching quite a bit more of it this year. I'm going to go to a few Argyle home games as well. So,
Argyle, Carl going to Charlton.
I know we're all branching out. You know, support your local as the.
I'd be off to the posh if I could be bothered.
I mean, we're going to watch football. I'm not sure what Peter play these days, but
they play in trouble. They're going to go under.
Is Ferguson's boy still the manager there? Or
yeah, he is. He was meant to quit, but then he came back for the 4th time, and then he was meant to quit again. And I think he's still there. I'm not sure.
He's like Neil Warnock, isn't he? He just doesn't die. He's just always there.
He got him out of trouble and got him to the playoff semi-finals last season. Then mucked it
all
up.
went horribly wrong at Sheffield. Yeah.
Yeah, jeez. First manager to be fired.
Yeah, this is another tough one, isn't it? Premier League. Oh yeah, first Prem.
It's not quitting, only fired.
Is it bad that I don't even know who's in the bloody Premier League anymore? I'm genuine. You're going to have to give me some time here because I genuinely don't know who's in the Premier League anymore. I've been doing my research all summer, as you know.
You got Mikel Arteta, you got Unai Emery, you got Adione Areola as Bournemouth, Thomas Frank at Brentford, De Zerbi of Brighton, Vincent Company.
There you go. The guy at Forest.
Cooper.
Yeah. I actually think he's a pretty good manager, but I think that club's in trouble. I think there's a lot going on there, isn't there, with transfers. I was surprised he didn't leave of his own accord last year. I think he'll probably be the first one gone this year. So I see why people have gone for Moyes, and I think Lopetegui at Wolves is also in trouble. But yeah, I'd go with Cooper.
Well, there you go. So that's some nothing I expected less. You're the only person that beat Atletico Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that beat Nunes.
You think my predictions? There's a gentleman underneath me. Just you wait.
Jesus,
you wait.
It's going to be a shit show.
Some of that, I guarantee he'll pick Brighton to win one of the cups. He won't listen to this. So it doesn't matter.
With him as top goal scorer.
He'll pick what's his name? The Irish kid at Brighton.
Ferguson.
Yeah, he'll pick him as top goal scorer. He'll pick Brighton for the Champions League, and he'll pick. Who will he go for? Who will he go for in the Champions League? He'll go for somebody random like Leipzig, or he'll go full hipster. Tune in, definitely. But I guarantee you this: he will pick Brighton for one of those cups. I guarantee it. When he does, I want you to laugh, and I want you to look at the camera, and I want you just to give me a little wink, and I'll go, "We knew."
Oh dear. Right, I think that's it. Then we're all done. Some lovely predictions there. It's good to be different, and so they told the Elephant Man. So all we got to do now is for you.
What are you trying to say?
No, he's just different.
I'm going to say I like being different. You don't have to, out here calling me Elephant Man. Like, it's a bit hard.
If people want to see how different you are, tell them what's your Instagram.
It's on the screen.
Oh, look, he's all synced up.
I mean, if you listen to this in post production, then it's at KC_runs with a Z.
And do you have the runs still? Do you still have the runs?
Yeah. Rest day today, so no runs today. But she'll be back at it tomorrow.
So when you start off your runs, you often have explosive runs?
No, because every good runner knows you should always expel your bowels before leaving the house. Otherwise, you should always take tissue and always be near bushes.
Bushes. There you go.
Especially on the trails.
That's legendary advice. Right, say goodbye to the boys and girls and give them a little wave, and I'll end the show.
I shall say goodbye. Thank you for tuning in, whether live or in post-production. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for all your live notifications, and we will be back, I guess, this week, I presume. So I should probably...
Are you hosting one?
Well, I was just going to say I should probably keep an evening free.
Be nice.
Thursday, I would imagine. So
we're now back to Thursdays at 7:30.
Yes, we are, because we are not in the Europa League anymore. So, yes, we'll be back soon. I shall be back in the hosting chair more weeks than not. And cheeky plug, French Football Weekly also returns this week, where we will be going through all the fun, packed frolics of French football, if that floats your boat. If it doesn't, then you have no taste.
Where's Alexis Sanchez going?
I don't know. He's a free agent. Apparently, he was been talking to Forest. So, that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it, see him pop up again? Score the winner at the City Ground when we're chasing the title in mid-April.
Lovely.
Anyway.
Go on in, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid. Get down, dog. Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I was just eating a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at Ibs, so when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately, and get the brown sauce on and bosh, Bob's your uncle.
Never in doubt.